pit lane here as the session expires. And, well, it's just that time. We'll get to our starting grid here in just a moment.
Oh, yeah, I'm on the second pit.
Left the grid.
And here we go on the pole position with a lap time of 15.206 seconds. It is the 6 of TJ Majors.
The second
Once
pit.
again to the outside.
What numbers it cut over on?
49,000th of a second.
I don't know, but
The
I'm
number
25th.
one of Lilith Peters looking for that first win of the season.
When you're
Row number
pacing
2,
around here, look
Aaron
for
Smith
your garage
and
flag.
Brandon Mefford. Row 3, Brian McCann and Chris Mefford. Row number 4 belongs to William Tyndall and Chuck Sweeting. Row 5 will be Brent Butler and Adam Pettit. Casey Bentz will roll off from the 11th position. 12 starter Christian Strader. Kyle Hardy starts 13th. Evan Janik will roll from the 14th position. Neil Quick 15th. James Bolesky will start 16th. 17th starter in the number 15.
I don't see anybody on the backstretch.
Durbin will roll 18th. 19th position Jason Nilgis. 20th Chris Wally. 21st Zachary Cleek. 22nd Todd Cleek.
Yep,
Kyle
I'm
White
on the
will start
backstretch.
from the 23rd.
That shows yours? I guess I got my
Shane
graphics
Haas,
turned
24th.
off.
Kevin McCann back behind the wheel tonight, the 25th position. Kyle Pendergraph shown 26th. 27th goes to Doug Wysocki.
I see all the front stretch, but I didn't see any on the back.
Cop 29th. Phil.
I'm like the first one on the
Cartier.
All right,
back.
man, we're going
I'm
green
still
next
messing it
time.
up. I can't figure it out. I know he's told me. He'll start 30th and shotgun on the field from Charity Motorsports, the number 9 of Adam Benefield. That's your starting grid here from Bristol Motor Speedway for the Charity Motorsports 200. Field working around the race course here. First of 2 pace laps. Green flag racing the next time by.
Get ready. All right, man. The pace car is in. Green,
Race
green, green.
details again here. 200 laps the distance. Stage lap 35. Don't think the fuel is
Outside.
perfect here in this graphic. And no, it is
Still
not
there.
75% fuel
Clear
and
high,
3
clear
sets
high.
of tires
Outside.
over the wall.
All clear, all
No
clear.
fast repairs. That's right on the money. And 3 attempts at green white checkered if we need them.
You're 4. Green flag.
And there it is. Pace cars in. Green flag in the air. We are underway from Bristol. The Charity Motorsports 200 is green.
Side. Still there. Full line.
Lilith Peters way up the racetrack already in the wall. Loses 3, 4, 5 positions. It's Majors and Aaron Smith now run 1-2 with Brandon Mefford in the 3rd spot.
You just hit the fastest lap. Good job, man. You're up to second. Stay high. Clear low, clear low.
Couple of cars deeper in the field here, scattering slightly. Everybody gets back up onto the racetrack without problem.
You just hit the fastest lap. Good job, man. Now you're the leader.
Back up front, Majors still leads. Battle is on. 2nd position side by side. Aaron Smith on the bottom of the racetrack in the yellow number 70. Brian McCann working around the outside. He's clear now, challenging Majors for the race lead. Brian McCann hammered down early here at Bristol, looking for the top spot. Side-by-side battle, back to start finish. McCann takes the position. Majors now back to the 2nd spot. Battle now for 3rd. Aaron Smith on the inside. Outside lane starting to work here. Brandon Mefford goes around the 70. He'll take the 3rd position, and now Chris Mefford will set his sights on Smith. Look, Peters started outside pole, did not get a good initial start. Got into the fence, not too hard, maybe just some cosmetic damage to the number 1 machine. He rides in behind Chris Mefford here, back under power, trying to get things gathered back up into another rhythm. Applying pressure to the 46. Peters takes a look at the bottom of the racetrack. Chris Mefford slams the door in a hurry. That wasn't very gentlemanly, Chris. Throw that out the window. It's race time. Chris Mefford trying to hang out at the top 5. Peters knocking on the door. Really shoved her nose in there, trying to do it again. Not enough space.
Have a slow car on the
Battle we're
bottom.
watching
Have a
here
slow
for the
car on
fifth
the bottom.
position. Lilith Peters definitely has a fast race car, albeit has some extra work to do after making a little bit of a mistake there on the initial start. Forward with Chris Mefford. Peters gets the nose just alongside again. Chris gets back on the power. It's a little bit of a distance between himself and the one. Peters really driving it deep into the center of the corner. Chris Mefford backing up his entry just a touch more. Top 5 positions unchanged here in about 7 laps. And leads TJ Majors, Brandon Mefford, Aaron Smith, and Chris Mefford. We've seen this out of Lilith Peters a few times this season. She definitely has speed in that race car. It's a little early. Might be pushing that race car a little too hard. Don't burn the tires off that race car too soon. Let's go on board here with the driver, the number 1, as Mefford gets the fence off turn 4. Peters now to the inside. Meanwhile, Chris Mefford not going to bother battling with Lilith Peters now. Jumps to the outside of Aaron Smith. This will be for the 4th position. Our Aaron Smith fans out there, don't panic. We've seen this out of the 70 driver many times. He's very smart and wise behind the wheel of that machine, taking care of his stuff, not burning the tires off early. He'll just ride there in the 5th position for the time being. May even be willing to give up the spot to Peters, depending on how aggressive she wants to be. But no doubt, Aaron Smith can keep the fenders on that car tonight. He's going to be the contender for the win. 15 laps already in here at Bristol Motor Speedway. 10 miles complete. Peters starting to lose a little ground to the top 5. A couple car lengths off the back bumper of Aaron Smith. In fact, the top 5 in general starting to separate a bit, with the exception of this second place battle with Majors and Brandon Mefford. We got a repeat 1975 in the Track Limits chat. Says, hate that I'm missing it tonight, but anniversaries only come once a year. Good luck, team. Do it for Dale. I know Brian loves this place. And we got Zorku Aravar, I think that's what it is, saying Lilith's got this, just got to wait for an opening. That's over in the IROC TV side of things. Again, those of you new to the Track Limits Network broadcast, we do multi-stream to both platforms here on Track Limits Network and IROC TV. So whatever platform you prefer, they're both on YouTube. Jump over there, make sure you give the like button to either one you're watching, and hey, maybe watch the first half on one, then switch over halfway. Give us a like over there.
What are you doing, bud?
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed.
I think that was on me.
Hey, car.
You think?
Ryan McCann still with the race lead. A power move at the very beginning of this race, just a few laps in, going from the 5th starting position, marching towards the front and making the pass on the outside to take the top spot. Then TJ Majors in the 2nd position. Likely did not put up too much of a fight, and the caution is out. So Evan Janik involved in this. Some damage, some pretty heavy damage to the front end of the number 7 machine.
You ain't pitting, are you?
No.
Zorku helping me out in the IROC chat. Says
Stage break at 35, I heard.
Perfect.
car.
So we're having another one here shortly.
That one I'll remember.
Got the lucky dog. Let him by on the outside.
Mr. Chartier, I'm gonna miss. I'm still gonna screw it up.
Could, however, go in now if you're way back there and jump the whole field. Where are you at?
First caution of the night here, lap 27. Ooh, some contact
Yeah, you
from
might
the
wanna do that.
19. I don't know if that was
Everybody's
a
gonna
brake check.
I don't know
out
if
the
everybody
7.
will, but
Let's
I bet
go
a good
back
number
and
of
watch
people
the
are going to
replay to
pit.
see if there's anything warranting that. Let's take a look. Just a moment ago, Evan Janik in the 7. Don't see the 19 anywhere here. Does Janik just lose this or a little contact from Nilgis? Yeah, a little left rear contact, and it straightened out the 7 a bit, but he was already trying to correct it, and it just sent him up the race.
I'll do the outside lane
into the safer barrier. Lucky that didn't end his night, but with no fast repairs, if his night is not over, it's still not going to be a fun one. So 28 laps in, we're approaching our stage. Again, I keep saying stage break just because that's ingrained in my brain as a break, but in this series, the IROC Challenge Series, they no longer take a, quote, break at the stage. They just pay out some points and continue racing,
when
which...
the yellow flag came out. All right, man, we're going green next
we only
time
get
by.
points.
All right,
Okay.
man, line up on the inside
Steve just
row.
said no caution.
Especially in a place like Bristol, we don't want to add
that's
an
what I
extra
was
caution
thinking.
if we can avoid it.
I didn't want to say it though. In case I'm
Well-
Yeah,
wrong.
Shane, that earlier was not on you. I was falling off pace pretty quick.
You're good, man. You're good.
Get ready.
You do got a little damage there on the left side.
Doesn't appear anybody took an opportunity to pit here. Again, only 30 laps in here at Bristol and only 3 sets of tires over the wall. 4 if you count what they start the race on.
Green flag, green flag.
They're going to try and budget those tires to the most life out of them and fastest lap times when it counts. Ready for the restart here. Pace car makes the left turn to pit lane. Marty with the green in hand. There it is. Green flag waves. We're back racing. Lilith Peters, another tough restart now. She's up the racetrack. Did not make contact with the wall this time. She runs still in the 6th position, just ahead of Adam Pettit. Pettit in the number 49, that teal-colored machine just behind her.
My bad, Garrett. Sorry.
Towards the top of the racetrack, looking for 2nd spot. Chris Mefford around the outside of TJ Majors. How aggressively will TJ defend? Up the racetrack, Mefford tried to pinch the 6 down just a bit. It was about a half a car's width to the right side of the 46 on exit.
Good save. That's probably.
And he's clear. Chris Mefford up to P2. See if he's got anything for Brian McCann here. He's got about a half second's deficit to make up. Brian McCann stretches his lead now to just over 1 full second, back to the 46 of Chris Mefford. That is an eternity here at this very fast half mile in Bristol, Tennessee. And lap times ticking by at about 15 and a half seconds. So
single file. Pit road is closed.
1 second's advantage.
Up to the top 10.
Significant, as you can see.
Hey, car.
TJ Major is starting to apply the pressure on the back of the 46. He wants that 2nd position back.
Can we hold our brakes, please? What do you reckon?
Hell no.
Pit road is now open.
Hey, James, how bad is my damn
And caution is out.
Is anybody
as
gonna
Majors
pit?
gets to the outside of the 46. Chuck Sweeting and Chris Wally may have come together.
A little bit, but it's not
I don't know. It's split
Indeed,
a little,
that
but
is
it's not
the case.
super bad. I think you should
And
be
some
fine.
heavy
Your
rear
spoiler's
damage
good,
to the
your right side's
75.
Do I have
good.
to go through both
Jason
pits?
Nile just
No,
appears to have been
go
involved
into
in
yours
this
and yours
also.
only.
Let's get a look. Already underway here as we catch this part of the replay. Pretty hard impact. Taking out 4-5 cars in this one.
Car 22. Got the lucky dog. Let him by on the outside.
Back it up a little bit more here and watch exactly what happened here. Chris Wally in the 51, the black and white car in the high
Left
lane.
up 22. Car by.
Real high exit. He'll get a piece of the wall, a little too much for that matter. Sends him back down into the path of Chuck Sweeting, and the rest is going to be history. Pretty hard impact just there with those two cars, but an even harder one here, the inside pit
Road is
wall.
closed.
Outside.
Sweeting gets shot back up the racetrack into traffic. Nile just is going to make pretty hard impact to the right side of the 75, and the 93 will come in and clip just a bit as well. Still, many of the front runners do not
They had a
take
little
the
big wreck.
opportunity to come to pit lane. They stay out on the racetrack. First driver to make that pit stop appears to have been Steve Durbin. Now that goes back to lap 27. Almost a 15-second stop for
So
Durbin.
about half the field
Soon he
pitted.
took on 4 tires.
Chris Mefford being the leader of that group. Then
As
Lilith.
they run, as we get set
What
here
gear
for
are you
another
starting in?
restart. Brian McCann
Second.
still the leader.
All right, man.
So
we're
far,
going green
Ben the
next
car to
time by.
beat here
All right,
tonight.
man,
Majors
line up
running
on
in the second
inside row.
position after putting the car on pole. Brandon Mefford in third, started fourth. Aaron Smith in the fourth position, started in the second row. And Adam Pettit started 10th up to P5. Another notable name here that hasn't run the full schedule this season, but has been a menace in the past as far as pace. That's Kevin McCann. He's up to P6.
Get ready.
Started 24th. Sorry, 25th.
All right, man. Pace cars in. Green, green, green. Got one inside. All clear, all clear.
Backstretch pit's not in use here tonight. Field formed up 2 by 2 all the way back. Pace car comes to pit lane. Green is back in the air. Just like that, McCann out to the lead here again, about 2/10 plus back to Major. Side-by-side battle behind him for the third position. Brandon Mefford trying to take it away on the bottom side of Aaron Smith. Kevin McCann thought about following him through, but didn't have the space. A little bit of contact with Mefford and Smith. Sparks fly, but everybody continues to drive towards the front. This battle continues. Mefford on the bottom part of the racetrack now gets underneath TJ Majors, clears Aaron Smith. Mefford with some pace here early as well. Kevin McCann now up into the 5th position. First time he's been in the top 5 this evening. Again, up 20 positions from the start. He is moving towards the front. Much like brother Brian McCann, Kevin fast on road courses and really everywhere else for that matter. Still not a full-time driver in the series, but when he enters a race, more than likely he will be a threat. goes further back in the pack here. This for the 16th position. Brent Butler in the number 76 has it. And further behind that, Chris Mefford lost a bunch of spots. Now, that was due to the fact he made a pit stop under the caution. So he's down in the 17th position, but with some fresh rubber underneath him. Short-term gain now, but he's going to have some pain later and try to save a set of tires for later on in this race.
Okay, the diamond's faster. I thought hugging the yellow was.
Urban scrapes the wall just a bit as Brent Butler is trying to reel him in, about a half car length between the 99 and the
I think I was
66.
maybe not fast, but saved tire.
Behind the two of Neil Quick. But while they battle it out here, they're reeling the two in just a bit, a car length and a half now. Quick gets a
Getting
piece
loose
of
on the
wall,
exit.
now Durbin up the racetrack. That seemed to be a go ahead, Butler. You're a little bit quicker than me. I'm not going to fight you right now. So the 76 of Brent Butler now up into the top 15. Butler's got some pace here as he's right there now with Neil Quick. With a shallow exit, sneaks to the inside Quick. Neil's just going to let him go as well. Talked about the two many times in the same breath as other drivers that are excellent at taking care of their equipment. Neil is not going to fight you for a position this early on in the race. He's going to take care of those tires, try to get the long run out of it, pick guys off later on, and he can just drive right on by.
You got one outside.
Now behind.
All clear, all clear.
Real quick. Durbin continues to free fall now back to the 19th position, now one short of where he started. Quick follow-up on Lilith Peters. A couple of close calls early on in this race, but she's still back there just outside the top five now.
Queuing up
Knocked
now,
on the back
she's getting
door
to
of
the
Kevin
finish.
McCann. Peters takes the spot, not quite clear yet, but there she goes. Now the one into the top five yet again. That traffic coming into play already here as the four of Nuke Quick has gone down a lap. Nuke now the first driver, one lap down, so if the caution were to come out, he would be the lucky dog as long as he's not involved in it. Majors in the second position, is still a half second back from Brian McCann, and just barely scrapes the wall exiting turn 4.
I'll stay halfway.
Roger.
And Smith now from back of Brandon
Outside.
Meffel.
You're clear
I'll see
high,
you,
clear
dude.
high.
Peters has got some pace, working her way up. She also took tires under that last caution at lap 40.
Stay low. All clear, all clear.
Definitely has that advantage as she now goes to the bottom of the racetrack on Aaron Smith. Now, these drivers likely aware of the fact that some drivers are on fresh tires or some are not. Varying strategies here tonight to get 3 sets over the wall to work with. Peters now from fourth, makes the move to the inside of Brandon Mefford. Mefford might cross over here, a little contact, puts Peters in the wall. These two have some history. They've gotten into each other in the past. Looks like they got away with it, but Peters, for the third time at least, gets the right side into the fence. In the third position, though. Last lap of 15.95 out of Peters, faster than the two drivers ahead of her. traffic still in the mix. The 14 now. Kyle Pendergraph up the racetrack. Peters makes short work of him.
Outside. You're clear high, clear high.
Go ahead, give it to the ball.
Gap from the lead back to TJ Majors. Relatively stable, just a hair over half a second. Now the situation, Brian McCann, as the race leader, he can kind of control the race here. Majors back now 6.5 tenths of a second, but Brian doesn't need to push as long as he can keep the gap back to the 6. Doesn't need to
That was almost a race ender.
to turn crazy lap times to stay out in the lead. Now TJ starts to reel him in. Maybe Brian picks up the pace a little bit. But as we said many times tonight, it is early. Can't win the race yet. Take care of your equipment. You got to be there at the end. But now Majors is going to have to worry about Peters. Peters now a car length from the second position of TJ Majors. Do a quick bottom of the racetrack, making some room for the leaders to race. Peters now looking to the inside, down to turn number 1. Gets to the door, bumper, and clear. Majors hangs on to the spot.
Both car down low.
Peters there. Almost some contact with Majors. Just to let you
fresh
know,
tires caught up to you yet?
Tires.
Almost.
Last lap for Peters and Majors identical, a 16-17. Meanwhile, McCann starting to stretch his lead as these two battle for the second position. Now Peters thinks differently, goes to the outside, gets there, threads the needle between Majors and the outside wall and makes the move on the outside, will take the second spot. Lilith Peters now up to the second position with 80 laps in the books. Now Brandon Mefford setting his sights on Majors. A big run down the straightaway here. He'll keep the race car top of the racetrack. He'll have another one on exit here. Team close the gap. Not quite enough to make a move, or is it? It's really close. Gets to the inside just enough. Sticks the nose in, but not enough.
Got some traffic.
Effort up the top of the racetrack again.
Should have pit right when I get to it.
Quick. Don't know if Duke made a pit stop here. Looks like he did about lap 73. Took a set of tires. It's almost like watching IMSA when we watch these races at Bristol when guys are on different tire strategies. Like you've got a faster class on the fresh rubber running down the slower GT cars. Not really the case, of course. These are all equally prepared ARCA-style race cars. And Mefford gets the spot from TJ Majors. Now Aaron Smith going to try and do the same. And here comes the 15, Garrett Johnston. This is for position. Johnston started back in the 17th spot.
Go high.
Majors now back to the 5th position. Johnston up to 4th. Now
Stay
Johnson
low.
looking for more. Alongside Brandon Mefford.
Stay low. There's a car on the high side. All clear, all clear.
While Peters is starting to reel McCann in, cut 3/10 into his
Still
lead.
there. Clear low, clear low.
Leader's still trying to work through some lap traffic. Mefford up the racetrack. Garrett Johnston will have the position. Mefford with a big run, trying to take it back. Sticks it to the outside of the 15. Something happened here. I don't know if Brian McCann had a problem, but the deficit back to second place Peters has shrunk to less than 0.2 of a second. I don't know if McCann's getting ready to pit or if it's just a matter of the tires at this point, because Brian is still on his original set that he started this race on as we approach halfway. In a perfect world, Brian McCann would catch a caution right now. He'd be able to make that pit stop under the yellow flag and still have 2 sets of tires just parked there over the wall for the final 100 laps or so. McCann still leads. Peters challenging.
Sorry, Kyle. All good.
And underneath Neil Quick. Puts the 2 a lap down. Lap car didn't really allow Peters to get the wheel opened up all the way on exit. Cost her a little bit of ground, not much. Car length and a half still back to second place. McCann still leads. There's an equalize between McCann and Peters. You can tell Brian has certainly put the work in this week. Well, I say that, but every time we ask him how much practice he's done, he's like, well, I just got the car tonight, turned a few laps, and that was it.
Tell him, Steve.
We'll see. My guess is Peters makes the move and takes the top spot from McCann.
Only got 3 laps left to halfway.
Soon after.
What do we do?
70 pitting.
35 pitting this time.
I might let Lilith by here.
Got one inside.
Last
Easier
lap,
pit if she's in front of me.
Identical the last time by 16-11 for McCann and Peters. At the line this time, does it change? They did it again. 16-11. 2 laps in a row for the top 2 drivers. Peters maybe just running in the tire tracks of Brian McCann, potentially trying to learn what Brian might be doing, what makes him so good around this place. But now Peters up the racetrack now.
Sorry, Brent, I pushed up.
Aaron Smith has come to pit lane as Lilith Peters goes to the race lead.
You're good. I wasn't quite there yet.
Just before halfway, Lilith Peters
little slow entry.
Spot. Will McCann pit?
All right, we're halfway to the finish. Pit box in.
I didn't practice that.
2, 1. Right here.
Now Peters made her pit
Horrible
stop at lap 40. It's been a while since then, of course. Just past halfway now. Ryan McCann really stretching things out.
My race, they moved my pit box.
And here he comes.
All right, that's it. Go.
Ryan McCann gonna come to pit lane. Ryan really getting all he can coming to pit lane. He wanted to practice this earlier on this evening. Made multiple efforts to come to pit lane in the practice session in anger.
Is he talking about me?
Definitely a benefit to getting slowed to pit road speed at the very last second. It's a final.
He must have had his eyes closed when he's watching me. He's slow. He can't tell mile per hour though, I bet.
There's ground to be gained. And down and away, 15:38. Not a great stop for McCann. Here's now
I think that blue car almost hit me.
drilling in the 3. So the pit
he's
cycle
pitting.
in process for some of these drivers. Again, there's varying strategies here. Some drivers pit during our last caution about 60 plus laps ago.
All clear, all clear.
And we got some trivia. Eddie Rose in the chat in the Track Limits Network. We haven't heard from Eddie in the chat as far as the trivia goes in quite some time, but the question is, what year did Michael Waltrip crash his car at Bristol? Well,
I really screwed William there.
what year did he split the car in half at Bristol? I think that's what Eddie's asking, because I'm sure Mikey's probably crashed more than once at Bristol. He's been at this a long time. So think about that. Jump in the stream chat, either side, IROC TV or Track Limits Network. Let us know your answers, and well, if we don't get one, I'm sure Eddie will help us out with that later. With that, 106 laps past halfway here. We're going to jump to our side-by-side break. Stay with us. Focus a moment of the action. Be back after this.
Clear low, clear low.
Go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead.
Outside. All clear, all clear.
Oh, we got some traffic here. Oh, wow.
You're pulling away from the car behind.
Everybody exited the pit at the same time.
The leader just did a
Smart transportation and smart logistic management is your one source for all your shipping needs. 53-foot dry van shipments, auto transport shipments, full service in-house brokerage, drop-off facilities, just-in-time deliveries to all auto manufacturers and facilities in St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and Indianapolis, Indiana. Smart Logistics LLC, proud sponsor of the IROC series. Kyle Steffens,
all clear, all clear. Inside.
Driver, and Woody Gunley.
Stay high.
Visit us at smart-logistics.net.
Stay high. All clear, all clear. You got one inside. Stay high. Clear low, clear low. Inside.
Dang it.
All clear, all clear. Go low.
What the heck was that?
Inside. Still there. Still there. All clear, all clear. Outside. Stay low. Still there. Hold your line. 3 wide, you're in the middle. Inside, 2 wide there. 3 wide, you're in the middle. Still there. Clear low, clear low. You got one outside. Still there. You're clear high, clear high. Inside. Still there. Hold your line. All clear, all clear. The leader just did a 16.272. Got one outside. Still there.
1110.
Stay low.
Need insurance coverage that's built for
Still
speed?
there.
Frank Gaya's office in South Charleston has your back. Whether you're blazing down the highway, protecting the home you've built, or setting up a legacy for your family, we've got the coverage you need. Auto, home, life, fast, simple, and made for you. Scan the QR code on your screen now to explore all our services and start a free quote today. Lock it in, save it for later, or call us at 304-744-7700 to get started.
You're clear high, clear high.
Take it in.
Appreciate it, Dragon.
You got one outside.
I'm gonna move
Stay
up
low.
for you. First time.
I'm pitting.
Still there.
15
Hold
pitting.
your line. All clear, all clear.
Back at Bristol Motor Speedway, 120 laps in the books. Some chaos while we were away. Brandon Mefford making pretty hard contact with the wall. Did not bring out a caution.
You're clear high.
I think Brandon Mefford may be done here as Garrett Johnston now will come to pit lane. Following up on Eddie Rose's trivia in the Track Limits Network check, we had Zorku over in the IROC TV side. His guess was 1994, and he did specify it was a guess. I think it was prior to that. I'm going to go with 89. I don't even know. Mine's a guess, too. So, Eddie Rose, if you're still out there, let's have it. What was the year when Michael Waltrip tried to knock the wall down and split his car in half?
Sorry, Brian, I'll let you go this next lap.
Outside. All
Meanwhile,
clear,
out
all
front,
clear.
it's still Lilith Peters. Remember, Peters made a pit stop lap 40, so it's been some time since she's come to the attention to her crew and taken on tires. Meanwhile, Brent Butler will jump to the pit lane.
Go high.
Brandon Mefford in the chat says, "Who got me?" Well, we were away at the split screen break, and all I saw was sparks and smoke and your nose flying off the race car. Didn't catch who it was. Without the caution, didn't really trigger a replay for me, unfortunately.
Yeah, there were 3 involved in that, but that was just off the track.
The benefit is all these drivers have the access to replays, so I'm sure Brandon will go back and take a look. Right now, only 3 cars on the lead lap. Cross your fingers we don't get a caution, folks. Peters, Strader, and Chris Mefford, the top 3. And Zachary Cleek and Adam Pettit in trouble. Does this bring out a yellow? Hope not. Fingers crossed. Get going, boys.
Got one inside.
And they continue on.
Stay high. There's the car on the low side. Clear low, clear low. The leader just did a 16.33.
Eddie Rose in the chat says 1990 was the year that Mikey
Got one
Waltrip
outside.
damn near lost his life at Bristol. Man, that was a crazy one. Remember Mike Harmon had one very similar in the same spot. Eddie, while you're at it, what year was that? I think it was Mike Harmon.
Stay low. You're clear high, clear high.
Brandon Mefford in the IROC TV chat says, nope, tight racing with lappers and lead lap cars. Todd Cleek in the track limits chat. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all.
Yeah, no problem.
Got one outside. Stay low, there's a car on the high side.
Stevie
You're
Ray.
clear high, clear high.
130 laps in here, Bristol Motor Speedway. Lilith Peters continues to lead. She's got to find a way to finish this one off. She's been so close so many times this season. It may just come down to when the caution falls. If it falls at a time where she can come to pit lane under yellow and take those tires, she's got a great shot at this thing. However, if she has to pit under green, then she's got to cross her fingers that she doesn't get stuck a lap down if the yellow comes out after the fact. Either way, running a solid race. She started in the 2nd spot, leads this race. She's one of 3 cars on the lead lap currently. Aaron Smith in the lucky dog position. Brian McCann in 5th behind Smith. Correction, Brian McCann to the outside as Lilith Peters comes to pit lane.
Have a slow car on the bottom. The leader just did a 16.344. All right,
You
you're
can
back
definitely
in
make
third.
it to the end here after this pit stop, and I believe she still has a set of tires over the wall after this, so if the caution comes out late, she can still come down and take full advantage. Right side tires going on the 1.
Got one
Drops
inside.
Jack down to the left side. Jack underneath the race car. Going to be a 4-tire stop for Lilith
Clear low,
Peters.
clear low.
Sunoco race fuel in, drops the jack she's down and away in 14.63. What a stop for Lilith Peters. Back out of the racetrack, Peters has dropped down out of the 8th position, but maintains her position on the lead lap. Correction, nope, she's a lap down. Gotta love timing and scoring. But she is in the lucky dog position, so now with a caution, she'd be back in that lucky dog position.
Thank you, sir.
New leader now, it's Christian Strader over Chris Mefford and Brian McCann. So now 7 cars back on the lead lap. Peters now on fresh tires. She's going to have plenty of pace. I think the smart thing for the 1 to do here is just to make some laps.
All clear, all clear. Good job, the next car.
Not run heaters. Don't be out there running qualifying laps knowing that you're going to smoothly have to run this set of tires off the pavement, which is going to be a shorter run than what she just had. And she's had a moment there. Left side's below the yellow line. Upset the race car a bit, chased it up the track slightly, but continues to drive forward. She's pushing the car hard. She's in the fence again there off of turn number 4. Got to settle in here. She's made her bed here. She's got to kind of lay in it. Let the race come to her. Race the racetrack now. Now Strader from the lead will come to pit lane. That's going to move Brian McCann back to the top spot with a 2-second advantage over Aaron Smith. Now McCann made a stop at lap 100. That was his first of the day. Eddie Rose in the chat again, confirming 2002 when Mike Harmon, I believe it was, did the same thing as Mikey Waltrip. And there we go. Lilith Peters back on the lead lap. Now she's 11 seconds back off the lead here, but she does have significantly fresher tires than Brian McCann right now, so likely will have no issue staying out ahead of the 3. She's got 33 lap newer tires underneath her. McCann's running a 16.04. Peters ran a 15.64 the last time by. Now, I'm willing to bet that Brian's trying to take care of his stuff here, knowing that this thing runs all the way to the end. I don't know what the fuel run is with 75% on board. He may be okay to make it without having to make another stop. So we'll see how this unfolds.
Stay high. Still there? Hold your line. All clear, all clear.
Smith still in the second spot, now 3 seconds in the rears. So if McCann's saving his stuff, he's still managed to put a bigger gap on second place and still running just over a tenth quicker than Aaron Smith. Chris Mefford having a strong night. He's in third. Brent Butler back up to fourth, and TJ Majors in fifth. Followed by Lilith Peters, looking a whole lot like it did in the early stages of this race as far as the running order is concerned. Zorku in the chat definitely got his crew chief hat on, says if she makes up half a lap on the 3 on average, she'd need just 20 laps to get there, assuming it stays, it all stays yellow. She's got a decent shot. All stays green, maybe all stays green. I don't know. He's thinking over there, I know that's for sure. McCann now to 3.4 seconds over Aaron Smith. Brent Butler in third, no pressure up the front or the back. TJ Majors about 6-8 car lengths behind. Chris Mefford in the 5th position, and Lilith Peters still P6, closing in on the 46.
Go ahead, Chris, go ahead. Go to the bottom, one.
There she goes to the inside, takes the 5th spot. .49 laps to go. I really got to hand it to these guys. We're 153 laps in here, and the cautions have not been aplenty. We've seen some short track races earlier in the season with this group that just did not go very well. It was a caution fest as TJ Major is almost in trouble there. These guys have really put on a show here tonight. Minimal mistakes for all involved.
Go ahead, Brian.
Got one outside. All clear, all clear.
Peters now into some traffic. Quick on the bottom of the racetrack. I think Quick has a little bit fresher rubber underneath him. He hit at lap 146 for 4 tires. And Peters underneath TJ Majors.
Clear high.
A little loose on exit. Couldn't open the wheel all the way up. We saw that earlier, but that was with the lap car and Peters.
I'll stay high, Steve.
Brandon Mefford says, here comes the caution. Don't jinx it. It's not like we've run caution-free. We've had a few. It's okay. Even if it all goes to hell in a handbasket now, it's still been a good race.
Go high. All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed.
Oh, man. I was hoping to run that out.
Very similar to what we saw earlier in the race. Trying to get clear up the 6 of TJ Majors. She kept going to the bottom. Even gave a little love tap to the 6. Ultimately went to the top of the racetrack to get around him. And now Majors, remembering that, he opens the wheel bar, goes to the top side, forcing Peters to the bottom. Pinching her down now just a bit.
Hey, car by.
And there's the caution. Jared Johnston has gone around.
Okay. Pit road is now open.
All right, I guess you can blame me, Brandon. Yellow on the speedway here. This will get everybody tightened back up. Now the question is, who pits, who doesn't? Brian McCann last hit pit lane 60 laps ago. Let's see what happened here to the 15.
Pit
Working
box
to the
in
outside of James
5,
Pileski.
3, 2,
Well, that's really
1.
too early. That's
Right here.
And
Lilith
just some
Peters and
contact.
Kevin
The
stayed out.
93 opens up the wheel, but
2
wasn't
drivers stayed
clear
out.
of Johnston and just kind of hooks him down to the inside of pit wall.
That's it, go. Be mindful, you only have
Under
one
the
set of
yellow,
cars
and
remaining.
it's going to
Line
be
up
Brian
number
McCann
5.
coming to pit
Extra
lane.
51 car.
Who else? Better part of the top 5 does come to pit lane. It appears Peters is going to stay out on the racetrack and gamble here. Lilith Peters going for the track position. She last
think
pitted
TJ
lap
took 2.
133. Tires not that
Past
old.
the
I guess it's kind of
51,
right on the
past
line
the-
of do I pit or do I not? He
Past
stays
the
out and will
27,
inherit.
You guys held up a
past
bunch of
the
cars.
35, past the 46, past the, let the 1 car by.
How did I do it?
Staying out. I don't know. You went in, didn't you? Never mind.
Yeah, I took 2.
Well,
Now
excuse
lost.
me.
Peters has the talent. She
What
did certainly
position
seem to
in
be
the standings
quick
are you?
later in the run.
In the
Everybody's tires
playoffs?
started to equalize.
This is the
Oh,
first
did it
race.
reset?
Pace.
I mean, this is the
okay.
first race of the playoffs, so nobody
All right,
has
man, we're
points.
going green
Race
next
lead.
time by. All right, man. Line up on
With
the
the
outside
tire
road now.
disadvantage.
It's the 8 car.
Unless we had bonus
Hold
points.
off Brian McCann, TJ Major,
I didn't look at it.
Butler, and Aaron Smith. Some of the best to turn a wheel here in iRacing. It's going to be a tall order. If anybody's got the ability, it's going to be the one, a Lilith Peters.
Oh, she's on 30-lap old
For
tires.
that win, she's just got to hammer down focus.
Let mine get warm up, and I'm going to
Notice
send it.
pace.
I don't think I really gained anything by taking 2.
Get ready.
Since I pit on the back stretch.
The pace car is in. Green flag, green flag. Second car is the leader. The leader just did a 40.
I need a yellow clear. Chris.
One,
Told me
8, 2.
I needed to let you by last second.
Inside.
Hey, Chris,
Pace
how's
car
it
lights
going?
are off. Half a lap away from the restart.
Still there. Hold the line.
Yeah, I got me passing you.
Low car down low. Stay high. There's the car on the low side.
Now, keeping in mind, Brian
Stay high.
McCann, even after this caution, still has a set of tires sitting over the wall. He's playing this one perfect as the green comes back out. Peters with great restart. Down the bottom of the racetrack, Majors with a good restart as well. Peters is going to have to hope for the 6 and the 3 to get to battling behind her.
Still there.
Screwed.
Off the racetrack,
Stay high.
Majors makes a little bit of contact. It appeared with Brian McCann. They are still side by side for second. Somehow it appears they're still
All
gaining
clear,
on
all clear.
Peters. They're
Get back
right
to
there.
second. Good job. The next car is the leader.
To the inside, TJ Majors looking for the race lead. There's a little bit of contact from Brian McCann to the back bumper, but Majors retakes the top spot. Remember, he put the car on pole. Really hasn't been back to the race lead for quite some time, but now the closing stages of this race is there when it counts. Peters now slips to third as McCann goes around the outside. Now Aaron Smith going to do the same. They're going to freight train around. Tires matter, but will there be a long enough run here for it not to matter as much? Back out front, battle for the race lead. TJ Majors.
Well, she's loose with 2.
Aaron Smith runs in the third position, all in the frame. Fast lap last time by Aaron Smith, the fastest lap of the race, 15:26 out of the number 70 machine. Peters has fallen back to the 6th position. 5, Majors, McCann, Smith, Butler, McCann. Sounds like one hell of a law firm right now, but 8 cars still on the lead lap. Further down the line, it's Lilith Peters in 6th. Strader 7th, and Steve Durbin is 8th. Garrett Johnston was involved in the last caution. The first car 1 lap down. If the yellow comes out, he'll be back on the lead lap. Got Brett Balch in the chat, says great race. So far, so good. Only a few cautions, and with 30-plus cars here at Bristol, that's a feat in itself. Considering one of those cautions was not a stage break. Sorry. I'm losing it. Zorku in the chat, gotta be hoping for a caution now.
Got one
Again,
outside.
I don't know if that's necessarily the right
Clear high,
call
clear
there,
high.
because again, Brian McCann still has a set sitting over the wall. So does TJ Majors. In fact, he may have 2 sets still sitting over the wall. His last stop only 9.3 seconds. Might have taken 2 only. Kevin McCann may have taken 2 tires as well. 23 laps to go. In the wall, I think that was the 62 of William Tyndall, indeed it was. Majors now putting some distance to Brian McCann, about 3-4 car lengths. It closes to about 2 or 3 now, as McCann also trying to hold off Aaron Smith as they cross the line. Smith about car length off the back bumper of the 3s. We've got 20 and a half laps to go.
I don't know where the fuck you want me to go right there, dude.
It's tight right on the bumper. That's what sucks.
Can't
get a run.
Brent Butler here started 9th, the 4th position.
I need to get close enough to be able to do an over-under. Then I'm going to be screwed on the bottom. He's going to have so much space up top.
4 qualifying attempt. Started very deep in this field, but
We're too even right
for a
now.
top 5 here.
I keep messing up.
18 laps to go. Last lap for the top 3, 1572, 64, 63.
He's definitely driving it better than he was at the beginning of the race.
Pace of this race, but likely going to be a little bit slower here as he appears to have only taken right side tires on the last pit stop during our last caution. Real loose on exit of turn 4 for Brian McCann. Still maintains the 2nd spot.
Believe it just did a 15.816.
Now 15 to go. Brandon Mefford in the chat says, asking if Brian and TJ only took 2. Majors appears to have only taken 2, but McCann and Aaron Smith did take 4. So did Brent Butler. Kevin McCann, though, in 5th, appears also right side tires only.
I ain't going to be able to pass him.
Got one outside. You're clear high, clear high. And to go.
Leaders starting to encounter some more lap traffic. I think it's the 99 of Steve Durbin in the 8th position. We'll go down a lap here momentarily. We made a pit stop way back on lap 99.
Outside. You're clear high, clear high.
Durbin trying to keep it way up the racetrack. Give the leaders as much room as possible. He does so. Last lap for the top 3, identical. 1585 from 1st to 3rd. Majors with 10 laps to go. Going to see 9 laps to go as they're still working through some lap traffic. That's giving TJ a little bit of breathing room. 3 almost 4 tenths back to Brian McCann. Peters now losing a spot to Christian Strader.
I just don't see it happening.
A pit stop
fight
at
that.
lap 162 for 4, so Peters now the last car on the lead lap.
Thanks.
I'll stay high, guys.
Top three starting to separate here as we've got just about 5 laps to go. Majors off of turn 4 will cross the line here. 5 left. Ryan McCann second. Aaron Smith was third, but Butler now takes the third spot.
Sorry, Doug.
Aaron Smith starting to drop back now into the 4th position. That's going to leave Majors and McCann to battle it out for the win, it seems, if we can run green to the end here.
All right, man. It's
White car's way up the racetrack, little bit of contact. That's going to slow the run for 3 of Brian McCann. It's going to cost him about a 10th and a half to TJ Majors. Majors continues to lead with less than 3 laps to go.
Still there, towards the line. All clear, all clear.
Whee!
Good win. Good race.
There's the flag, man. It's over.
Still working through some.
Good win, TJ.
Drivers at the bottom of the racetrack under Kyle Pettit.
Say what?
Off
win,
turn
TJ.
4, going to see the white flag. Final lap from Bristol. McCann is there. 0.2 of a second off the back bumper. Does he have anything? Here's Pendergraph up to the outside. Doesn't allow TJ to get the great arc into the corner, but here it is. Off of turn number 4. Checkered flag.
Thank you, Brandon.
Waving, and Majors will win it.
Isn't it supposed to be whatever pit
Ryan
lane
McCann will
is
come home
yours during
second.
the
Brent
warm-up is
Butler
yours
picks
during
up
the race?
third. Aaron Smith 4th. Kevin McCann
No, it
5th.
doesn't update
Strader
until
6th.
the
And
race
Peters
actually
will
grids.
finish
I had like
a
the 11th
disappointing
pit stall
7th
starting
after the
4th
run that she had here tonight.
or 3rd.
What do I need to look at?
Race win in the books for TJ
Later.
Majors.
I think there's a setting
Getting
where
a
you
little
can turn off
contact with
everybody's pit
Pendergraph
box
Later.
but your own.
post-race.
You'll be able to spot it during the pace laps, but I forgot which change that was in the INI.
Yeah, because I was under the impression the pit lane they put you in the warm-up was where you were going to be in the race, and that was based off your position. So I completely missed my pit box and had to go another lap through the pits.
DJ is going to go an extra lap here. Run it down the backstretch pits.
Oh, Brent. Oh, that's where we got into contact. Didn't know that was you.
DJ is looking for victory lane. And he has found it. Up the ramp.
You got hit on the
That'll do it.
bottom.
We're going to step aside here, get our break out of the way. We'll have our top 3 finishers, hopefully, in the broadcast booth after this. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Oh, it wasn't your bad. You got hit on, who is this? James. But, Aaron had a heck of a ride here. Let's go on board. Three wide up front. A little wreck happening. Aaron felt like he was really lucky there. The fact nobody came off that wall. Good save.
Spartan Transportation and Spartan Logistic Management is your one source for all your shipping needs. 53-foot dry van shipments, auto transport shipments, full service in-house brokerage, drop lot facilities, just-in-time deliveries to all auto manufacturers, facilities in St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and Indianapolis,
Oh, yeah,
Indiana.
Brandon.
Spartan Logistics LLC, proud sponsor of the IROC series, Kyle Steffens UMP Modified in Silver Crown Driver, and Gordy Gundaker, World of Outlaws Late Model. Visit us at spartan-logistics.net or find us on Facebook.
Need insurance coverage that's built for speed? Frank Yea's office in South Charleston has your back. Whether you're blazing down the highway, protecting the home you've built, or setting up a legacy for your family, we've got the coverage you need. Auto, home, life, fast, simple, and made for you. Scan the QR code on your screen now to explore all our services and start a free quote today. Lock it in, save it for later, or call us at 304-744-7700 to get started.
Back at Bristol Motor Speedway, the Charity Motorsports 200 in the books. TJ Majors from pole will take the win. See if we can get a word to the driver of the number 6 machine and pull TJ up into the track limits booth. TJ Majors, it's Steve with track limits.
Get him, Aaron.
I got you, Steve.
TJ, congratulations, man. A third win on the season, this time from the pole position with a daring pit call late in this race. It appears for 2 tires. What was the plan there coming to pit lane? Was it 4? Was it a last-second audible to take 2?
Of course it was 4. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it was a last-minute call. I kind of knew that was going to be my only shot to come out up front, try to hold them off, and pretty good at making my car pretty wide when I need to. So I know, being up there with Brian's going to race you clean. And I figured up there with him and the one on old tires as well, I thought we could get around the one pretty quick. So I think 2 tires gave me the best shot to win, and luckily it worked out. I kind of got lucky getting underneath the one, and they was able to get by, and Brian got held up a little bit. So yeah, I was able to get clear, and I knew it was going to be hard for Brian to get around me at that point.
2 tires certainly giving you the track position, and it seemed that all night, at least tires made a pretty big difference, but you had the pace there late in this race. In many cases, the 3 of you guys running almost identical, in some cases identical lap times. What kind of handling changes did those 2 tires cause?
And it was really fine. It wasn't any different with the fuel out and the 2 tires. It was snug still, and it drove fine. If anything, you had to guard being a little bit tight still on exit, and that I knew if I could control that for the last run, that it'd be Brian's really good at driving really fast, really early, and I knew if I could get away, keep up there for 15, 20 laps, he'd probably get his stuff a little bit too hot, too worn out, and it'd be a real hard pass at that point. I think I didn't want a short pit early like some of them guys did. It probably cost me the track position there in the middle of the race, but the way the yellows come out, if you short pit and the yellow comes out, you're going to be caught so far a lap down that it's going to be hard to recover from that, which happened to some people there. So I just ran long and was going to try to come out of there with the top 5, and things worked out.
Speed and strategy got it done for you here tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway. You pick up the win as we roll into Talladega Super Speedway next week. Certainly a much different style racing we're going to deal with next week. Drafting. What's your thoughts on that next week at Dega?
I have really bad luck in this series at the drafting tracks. I run really good, but then I always get wrecked. So I don't know how the playoffs in this deal work. Hopefully that win will help carry me a little bit further if I do get wrecked. So, yeah, just try to get up front there and control the race. And Talladega's so wide too that you're gonna need help there. So probably have to get with a few of these guys and see who we can work with, and who I can work with, because I know there's a few of them that have 3 or 4 on a team, and they're gonna, if they get a chance, they'll do everything they can to kind of keep you out. So gonna have to find some allies and make it happen.
TJ Majors looking for some dancing partners next week. Congratulations again here tonight. Who do you want to thank before we let you go?
Everyone's pretty good tonight. It was a lot of fun running. Guys, the lappers were certainly.
Brian, congratulations, man. I know second certainly not what you were aiming for tonight. You had a very fast race car, especially right out of the gate, going from 5th to the race lead in the first handful of laps. What was the difference maker here tonight? You had 4 tires to TJ's 2. Was there anything you could have done differently?
Go back in time and not throw that caution. That I had to. I was setting sail and I was liking the seas out there, and I was hoping to run out, but no, that caution came out, and yeah, you're right. I took 4, he took 2. But trying to navigate around, I forget which car that was on that restart, it helped me up a little bit. And TJ, man, he figured it out there at the end. He was really fast. So I was trying to debate how I was even going to attempt to pass him. So I couldn't do it there at the end, but shout out to him for the win there.
TJ had mentioned that he's real good at making his car awful wide when it comes down to the end of these things. Was there some blocking involved there that you didn't take too kindly to, or was it all pretty clean?
No, I don't think he ever blocked me. I tried to get right up on his bumper and do like a crossover maneuver, but it just didn't have the tire to do it. And I noticed that once you got on the bumper, it got arrow tight on you, so that made everything even worse. So I tried to back off some, get another run, back off some, get another run, but I could never make it happen.
Second place finish to start round 1 of the playoffs. We got Talladega Super Speedway next week. Certainly a crapshoot, as that always is. How do you prepare for the Super Speedway?
Close your eyes, open up iRacing, and hope everything goes well.
Fair enough. Brian, second place. Congrats. Who do you want to thank?
My family, all of our sponsors, you for doing the broadcast, drivers, amazing race tonight, low number of cautions, and spectators, everybody who was watching, thank you.
Thanks for talking, Brian. Well, good luck next week.
Got third, Brent. Low. See what Brent's got to say. Him and Brandon were in a little battle.
Bristol Motor Speedway next. We're going to pull the driver, the number 76, into the booth, Brent Butler, and get a word with our third place finisher. Brent, it's Steve with Track Limits. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Brent, congratulations, man. A solid run, 9th place qualifying effort, drove it home to a top 3 finish. Walk us through your evening. I mean, you worked through the field. We saw a little bit of you. You weren't making a whole lot of noise out there, but you just quietly worked your way towards the front. What was the difference tonight?
Yeah, luckily I hit the pit strategy right. So that caution lap 44 or whatever, I saw a bunch of people disconnected, and I was like, if there's going to be a green flag around, it's going to be now. So I went ahead and pit, and most of the field stayed out. So then it was just about keeping my nose clean as I came back up through and split the final run. So I think if it stayed green at the last run, I think I had a shot at it, but I had to come down and deal with the fast guys at that point on the restart. So.
Well, tonight, third place finish. You were one of those fast guys. You earned it. You passed Aaron Smith on the racetrack, so that was a job well done as he started to fall away. We look forward now to pack racing at Talladega next week. Obviously, as we said to Brian McCann, it's kind of the luck of the draw out there, but how do you put luck on your side when you go out to the Super Speedway?
Yeah, so I've never had any luck with hanging out in the back. I mean, even Daytona in this league this year, I kind of just tried to stay up front the whole time and, try to figure out who I'm going to be able to work with at the end. And it's really just about being in the top 5 or 6, closing laps, and then you just let it play out.
Well, Brent, again, congratulations. Another solid finish here. Third place at Bristol. Who do you want to thank?
I just want to thank Chris Wally. He's always a nice guy and puts a lot of effort into this, so appreciate him.
All right, Brent. Thanks for talking to us. Good luck next week at Dega.
Thank you.
Brent Butler, third place finisher here, Bristol Motor Speedway. That'll do it for the interviews for tonight's race. Let's take a look at our race results. Of course, we talked to our top three already. That was TJ Majors, Brian McCann, and